Welcome back to my channel, guys. This is your host Damansinghrealtor. So we are starting a new series and we'll be talking about everything you need to know for a first-time home buyer or an investment property. So in this video, we'll talk about pros and cons of a pre-construction house, and we'll let you know and keep you all updated with the information that you need to know for buying your first home. So stick to the end of this video because I will have pro tip for all investors out there for a pre-construction house. So let's dig into it. The first advantage we have is customization. So when you go ahead and buy a new home, you have an option to do customization in your new house. So before you get closing on your house, you will be called in a decor meeting in which they talk about what kind of granite you want, what kind of wall paint you want, what kind of flooring you want vinyl, you want hardwood, all that kind of stuff. For sure, you cannot move walls too much because those are already approved as a building permit. But yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do in your new home. The second thing we have as an advantage in a pre-construction home is buying at today's price. So guys, remember this, it's never too late to buy a pre-construction home. As you guys know, I've joined this brokerage that do 90% of pre-construction. So the good thing about buying a pre-construction is whenever you buy a house, you're buying at today's price. Let's say you bought a house for $800,000, a detached or semi-detached or a townhouse. It will always increase in value as the market goes up. So let's say today you bought it for $800,000, next year it will be for $850,000, depending on the market. It could be $950,000. So the first property that I bought here in Chatham already raised $150,000. So the property that I bought was $450,000, and I have the property from last 2-3 months and has already increased $150,000. So now the property is selling for $600,000. So always remember, it's never too late to buy a pre-construction home. So the third advantage of buying a pre-construction home is energy efficiency. So you know the building code, it keeps on improving every 5 years. So they also amend it within the years. If there's any changes happen, they implement it to the construction. For example, let's say there's a new insulation came out in the market and the builders are using a new insulation. What the insulation does is that it controls the heat flow. So if a builder have put in a good insulation in your house, you can save money on electricity. Or if there's a window glazing that they're putting, the windows nowadays having argon gas in there. So that also controls the flow of heat. So the more heat you have in the house, the more control you have, the more good the building is. The less the cost for the utilities will be. So remember that the new construction homes, they are coming with new energy efficiency upgrades. So keep that in mind when you go out and house. The fourth advantage of buying a pre-construction is you have enough time to raise money. So what does that mean is that when you go and buy a pre-construction house, you don't have to put 20% down right away or 10% down right away. A lot of builders out there here in Brampton or GDA or Mississauga, they have this new policies coming out or new structure of the deposit is that you only have to pay, let's say, $10,000 at signing when you're booking the house, and then $5,000 every month or $1,000 every month, or let's say $25,000 every 3 months, like this. So whenever your property is closing, let's say 3 years down the road your property is closing, you pay $10,000 right now, $1,000 every month. Sometimes they take $15,000 in the middle of the year. So in total, depends on builder to builder. Some builders take 10% deposit in total at the time of closing, and then when you go and do your mortgage, you might need 20% down. So you have to have money for that as well. So basically, you need to make sure that you go and buy a property that has a good deposit structure. So that's it for the advantages. Let's dig into some disadvantages that comes with a pre-construction house. The number one disadvantage of buying a pre-construction is there might be delays in construction. So guys, always remember, whenever you're buying a house from a builder, let's say house is closing 2 years down the road, you have to take into account that the house can be delayed for closing. What happens is that sometimes due to economic growth, due to environmental circumstances, the builder, their trades, all that kind of stuff matters when it comes to construction. So sometimes the builder is not able to close on time. Let's say if you are supposed to get a closing on October 2023, because of some issues, the builder could not close on October 2023, and they have full right to extend it by any months they want. There's a different criteria that they need to follow as per the law, 30 days, 90 days, but all in total, you need to be notified a month before closing that there will be delays in closing, in writing by the builder or their representative that there will be delays in closing, so that you can make your decisions as per that. So guys, keep that in mind. There could be delays. Don't get upset with it. It's still worth it to buy. The second disadvantage that comes with a pre-construction home is closing costs. So when you go and buy a pre-construction house, you can go to the decor meeting before the closing and pick whatever finishes you want, whatever material you want in the kitchen, whatever kind of granite you want, whatever kind of paint you want, whatever kind of hardwood flooring you want. But you have to pay for those costs. Those costs does not get added into your mortgage. So by the time you're closing the house, you should think this, that if you are buying for your own personal use, it's worth to get those upgrades or no. Or if you're thinking of putting it as an investment property, which means if you, after closing, you want to rent it out, so there's no need of getting those upgrades. And in future, if you want to live in the house, you can always get the upgrades done from an outside third-party contractor, which will cost you much less. So always remember this, if you are going for an upgrade, think, are you going to live in the house or it's an investment property? Is it worth it or no? The third disadvantage is you cannot do structural changes. So once you bought the property, once you close on the new house, you cannot really do a structural change within a couple of years of the house. So there is a warranty called Vaughan warranty, which all the builders here in Ontario has to be registered with. So what Vaughan does is that whenever you buy a pre-construction house, they provide 1 year, 2 year and 7 years warranty. So in 1 year warranty, you are covered for any kind of water seepage in the property in the basement. So if you do any changes in your basement and within that first year, if you build the basement, then the warranty is void. The second year warranty, the 2 year one, covers you for any kind of damages in the house. Let's say water leakage from the pipes, any wall damage, and electrical damage, they'll come and repair for you free of cost. So that's in 2 year warranty. So in the 7 year warranty covers you for any kind of structural changes. So let's say 5 years down the road that you close your house, there's a foundation crack appears, which is really an issue for structural of the house, and it's unsafe for the residents. So the builder will repair it for free of cost. In that 7 year warranty, if you do any changes in the structure of the house, that warranty is void. You can do internal changes, but those are also specific. You gotta talk to your contractor before you go ahead and do anything. The last and number 4 disadvantage for a pre-construction home is sometimes the appliances are not included in the purchase price. So guys, you gotta be very careful. This comes with a significant cost. If when you go to a sales event and look and ready to sign a paper, you gotta see, you gotta read it, that is the appliances included in the cost or no? Is the condenser unit is included in the cost or no? So some builders, they provide for an extra cost. Some have worded that they do not provide any appliances. So appliances like range, like an overhead range hood, like a refrigerator, like a microwave, all this kind of stuff, like a dishwasher, they comes with a cost. So if your builder provides that, they won't be that really high quality, but if you really want a high quality, you get your own. But make sure you guys read the clauses in an agreement that they do provide the appliances or no. So it can cost you $10,000 to put in 5 pieces of appliance or a condenser unit. Some builder at a closing, they do not offer you the AC unit that's sitting outside of your house for running the air conditioner in the house. So that comes with a cost too. So remember this, guys, when you go and buy a pre-construction property, look out for these things, the advantages, the disadvantages. Measure everything, compare it. Is it an investment property? Is it a primary use? So after watching this video, you guys are fully aware what are the couple main things that you gotta look for when you go and buy the property. That's it for this video, guys. If you guys are looking for a pre-construction property, give me a call. My number is on the screen. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And please hit that bell icon, subscribe button, and comment under this video that what do you think some of the other pros and cons could be for a pre-construction house. Or if you guys are looking for buying one, give me a call. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.